Today I'm going to be showing you a very easy beef and eggplant recipe, which you're going to love because it's delicious, it's glossy, it's well seasoned, and the beef is super tender. The best part about the recipe is that you can customize the recipe by adding in or throwing in some more vegetables, and the outcome is going to be delicious. This recipe is for two, and I've already prepped up my ingredients, which you're going to find listed in the description box. Also, I have my beef over here, which I've thinly sliced, as you can see. So the reason I've sliced the beef thinly is so that it can cook really fast. The key ingredient in this recipe also is eggplant, and I have mine over here, which are looking quite fresh. So I'm going to move over to the stove top and place a pan over medium heat and add in cooking oil. And the next step is to cook our beef. So I'm going to add in my beef into the pan. The beef adds a little bit of fat, which I don't mind. You're going to cook your beef for around 3 to 5 minutes, and make sure it's in a single layer so that it can have a very lovely char on all sides. So I'm going to watch over my beef and let it cook. If you want to cook your beef very fast, make sure you go for a very good cut. I'm using beef steak for this recipe, so it's going to cook really fast and it's going to be very delicious. If you're using a cut of beef that is tough, make sure to add in a splash of water so that the beef can cook through. Mine is almost ready, and it's been around 5 minutes because the beef is very tender and soft. This is how my beef is looking after around 6 minutes. And the kitchen is smelling incredible because of searing the beef. So next you're going to add in, when your beef is ready, you're going to add in onions, crushed garlic and ginger, let me tell you, the aroma in the kitchen is just so good. So next you're going to season your beef. So I'm going to be adding in some salt and black pepper. Those are the two seasonings that I'm going to be using. Stir in. Let the onions, garlic and ginger cook. Meanwhile, I'm going to be slicing my eggplant. So you're going to remove the ends of the eggplant, and then you're going to slice in half. And I'm going to be cooking my eggplant together with the skin, cut into strips. And then I'm going to cut into bite-sized pieces. Once you're done slicing your eggplant, you're going to check on your beef. Wow, so good. I love the bits of beef that are burnt or they have a very lovely sear. That is some extra flavor. So to your pan, you're going to be adding in carrots and your eggplant. Stir in the carrots together with the eggplant into the beef. While slicing your eggplant, make sure it's the last thing before you slice before you add into the pan, because it's going to oxidize really fast. Add a splash of water to your pan, around a third cup of water, and then you're going to cover and let this cook over medium-low flame for around 3 minutes. That is to soften up the carrots and the eggplant. And I'm going to be adding in some chilies, which are quite optional. So I'm going to slice my chilies. check on my pan and the eggplants are starting to soften up. So I'm going to add in a splash of light soy sauce into the pan, as well as my fresh chilies. The soy sauce is going to add in a very nice umami flavor into the dish, which is so good, and the chilies are going to add in a kick of spiciness. So because I've added in my soy sauce and it is high in sodium, I'm going to check if the seasoning is perfect. If it's not perfect, I'm going to add in a little bit more salt. This looks so good. Because my eggplants are almost cooking through, because my eggplants are almost cooking through, I'm going to be adding in some cornstarch slurry. Over here, I have a teaspoon of cornstarch. I'm going to add in a splash of water, stir in until all the cornstarch is fully dissolved into the water, and then I'm going to transfer to my pan. Stir in the cornstarch into the beef, and wow, it's looking very simple, but trust me, it's super delicious. Add a splash of water, around 2 tablespoons of water. Everything is cooked to perfection and it's looking very lovely. So I'm going to turn off the flames after cooking for around a minute. And then I'm going to be serving over some rice. Trust me, this recipe is very simple and effortless, as you have seen. It has some color from the carrots and the eggplants. The beef is soft and it's just looking so delicious and juicy, so glossy, and it's just totally worth trying. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll be trying this easy beef and eggplant recipe.